Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, says he'll return to WWE under one condition. Plus, Dominick Mysterio hints at a possible new Judgment Day member. And I'm going to break it all down for you coming up on this episode of Wrestle Digest. But before we get into it, we got to say we're on the road for 3,000 subscribers here before the end of the summer. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're a big WWE fan, just like all of us here, make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button. But with that said, let's jump right into the first topic of the video today, which is Dirty Dom hints at a new member of the Judgment Day. And yes, this is getting very interesting because, you know, the Judgment Day hasn't really added anybody since JD McDonagh. Are they looking to add somebody? Possibly. It's looking like Carlito may be that guy, but there is a female superstar coming up who just signed with the WWE that Dominick Mysterio said could potentially be a Judgment Day member. This is actually what he had to say here. He said she's going to bring something different to this side of the United States. I'm super excited to see her. If she wants, she can have something with the Judgment Day. There are 2 Irish, 2 Puerto Ricans, and we hire someone else who comes from Mexico. I don't know where Dom's getting this information. I'm pretty sure she's from Chile. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't know. But it's great to see that Dirty Dominick Mysterio is looking to bring a new member, and obviously the decision isn't up to him, it's up to El Campeon, Damian Preist, but it's just great to hear this about Stephanie Vaquer, who just signed with the WWE, who a lot of people thought that she would just go right to NXT after what Shawn Michaels talked about with her, but that is definitely a possibility that she could just come to the main roster. Maybe she has a short stint in NXT and then comes to the main roster. But I think, you know, if you've ever seen Stephanie Vaquer wrestle before, if you've ever seen, you know, what she looks like, I mean, she looks like a Judgment Day member. She looks like the perfect addition to the Judgment Day. And yes, I would love to see another female added to this group. It would be great to see her and Rhea Ripley kind of work together here. Would I think they'd become a tag team? No, because I think Rhea is just a dominant solo competitor as it is. But it would just be cool to see the 2 female dynamic in the Judgment Day, which would then add another dynamic to Dom, another woman in his life that he has to deal with, which would be very funny to see for their storyline as well. But I really like this from Dominick Mysterio. Obviously, he's just throwing it out there that, you know, maybe she could be a part of the Judgment Day. He's inviting her in, so this could be a very strong possibility. It won't be for a while. Will the Judgment Day last that long? Maybe not, but I think she'd be the perfect addition here, especially, hopefully, when WWE adds a mid-card women's title. We need to see this. I think it would just be perfect to see her have that mid-card championship, wrestling between both brands, and have Rhea Ripley as the women's world heavyweight champion. That'd be cool as well, but we're talking a ways down the road here, but I think she definitely has the potential to be a big star in WWE, and putting her into one of the top factions in WWE would definitely be a way to propel her into the stratosphere, and I would just love to see this. I'm really excited. She did have a match at the Super Show in Mexico, which was phenomenal from the clips I've seen online, so I'm really excited to see her come to NXT. Maybe she just jumps right into that women's North America Championship race. I think that's where we might see her right away. Maybe she jumps right into the NXT Women's Championship race. That'd be fun to see as well, but I'm really excited to see her come to WWE, and it's great to hear that Dirty Dom wants to add another female to the Judgment Day, which I think would just be an amazing dynamic for that group. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. If not Stephanie Vaquer, who would you like to see in the Judgment Day next? Let me know down below in the comments section. We're going to get into the second topic of the video today, which is Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, wants to return to WWE. In a recent interview, Matt Cardona went on and talked about, you know, his time in the WWE and how he wants to come back there. Obviously, his wife or fiance or girlfriend, whatever she is to him, Chelsea Green, right now is in the WWE. So, you know, he said he would like to come back and join her as well. I think that would be awesome. I think Zack Ryder, woo, 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 you know it. We probably won't see that again, but I love that character for Matt Cardona. But ever since he's been on the indies, this Matt Cardona character has been amazing, and he's really developed his talent and developed his skills to now come back older, back into the WWE with all this experience and just be a great superstar on this roster. But we're going to get into what he actually said here. First, he said he's so grateful for Zack Ryder, but if he were to go back, it has to be as Matt Cardona. That is his number one stipulation for coming back. If he can't come back as Matt Cardona, we will not see him back at all. This is his one condition, and I think he will do this. I think he'll come back as Matt Cardona. Obviously, everybody in the WWE universe knows him as Zack Ryder, but if anybody's watched AEW, he had that match there. He's had all matches all around the world on the indies as Matt Cardona and has built that character up. So I think it is a strong enough character to just bring into WWE. I would like to see Zack Ryder back personally, but that's his one stipulation, and that's very fair for him to do, because he's spent so many years building this character up now that he doesn't want to just slide back into the Staten Island Zack Ryder. You know what I mean? It makes complete sense. But he also went on to say there, Zack Ryder is a part of that story. You can still make Zack Ryder figures, still make trading cards, put me in the game, get me some royalty checks as Zack Ryder, but the days of Zack Ryder and the woo are dead. And that's very sad, because I'm a big Zack Ryder guy, but like I said, it's a very fair thing for him to do here. You can't take it out of the guy. You can't rip into him for not wanting to be Zack Ryder, because he spent so much time and dedication into building up Matt Cardona to what he is today. So it just makes perfect sense for him to want to come back as that. And he also went on to say here, the new regime in WWE has been fantastic. He says, obviously WWE is clicking on all cylinders. I will go back. I don't care who's in charge. It doesn't matter to me as long as I'm on the show. And he laughed, obviously, because before, Zack Ryder was kind of the guy who was kind of riding the pine for a bit. He was the guy who would come out in the mid-card. Not a lot of people cared about until that big Wrestlemania moment he had, and that really put him over the top, in my opinion, for a lot of casual wrestling fans. He said, he doesn't want to, upset any of the guys who are doing that right now, but that's not just in the point of his career. That's not just what he wants to do. That's another thing he wants to make sure of before returning to WWE, is that he won't just be riding the pine. He'll be out there performing night in, night out for the WWE Universe and be involved in a title race. That's just, it's a great stipulation for him to come back, in my opinion, because he's been there, done that. He wants to move on from being that mid-card guy that not a lot of people care about. He also goes on to say, whether you define success by accolades, money, happiness, I don't care however you define it. This is the most successful time in my career. I don't want to end my career wrestling in high school gyms or changing in alleys. I want a WrestleMania moment, or I want a Madison Square Garden match, or AEW All In at Wembley. And obviously, he wants to come to WWE, but if that's not a possibility, AEW will be glad to bring, Matt Cardona in. He's such a high-quality wrestler. It just makes perfect sense. But the place for Matt Cardona is WWE, 100%. I think this guy has such great in-ring talent. He's so good on the mic that, if the opportunity arises for Triple H and WWE to bring him back in at the right time, maybe a Royal Rumble. That's where I'm looking at for this timetable. We get Matt Cardona come out at the Royal Rumble. People get excited, and then he's back in WWE. That would just be fantastic. A great way to, have a surprise at Royal Rumble as well by bringing him in, and I think a lot of people would be very excited for this. And after that, I think Matt Cardona is involved in this IC or US picture. I can see him battling it out for a mid-card championship, because right now the mid-card storylines are phenomenal. I mean, they're some of the best storylines. I mean, that Chad Gable, Sami Zayn storyline at Clash at the Castle, with it all culminating there with Otis turning on him, was amazing. It was just such a great storyline, and this is what Matt Cardona brings. He has such a great character, has such great personality, such great promo skills that he can push a storyline to the next level just as himself personally. So I think this is where we will see him. Will we see him in the main title picture at some point? I hope, because I think Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona, sorry, I'm not gonna refer to him by that name, but he's definitely has it in him to be a main eventer and be a main champion, but we would have to see how he performs when he comes back. How good is he in the mid-card? That will get the judge of, can this guy be a world champion, which I think he could, but we definitely have to see that in the future. And he also says he wants, you know, a WrestleMania moment. He did have one, but he wants one as Matt Cardona, which is very fair. I think that would be great. And now with 2 nights of WrestleMania, everybody is seeming to get their WrestleMania moment, which is also great to see. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you think about Matt Cardona return to WWE? Because I'm in love with it. I would love to see this guy back in the WWE ring. I think he brings so much more than what people actually think, and he would just revitalize this mid-card a little bit, I think. But I want to hear your guys' opinions down below in the comment section. We're going to get into everybody's favorite topic here on the channel, which is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to Lord British. He says the Wyatt stable could be very popular if the WWE uses them correctly. And I 100% agree with you, Lord British. Appreciate you commenting and showing your support here on the channel. And I think right now they are using the Wyatt Wyatt 6 very great. I think that whole thing we seen this past Monday with Chad Gable and Bo Dallas was just the start of it. I can't wait to see what road Bo Dallas and the Wyatt 6 take down here, but it's going to be amazing. And I think they are going to use them correctly because they took the time to introduce them. They didn't push them out right away, and they took their time to build up the story with these VHS tapes. I think that's what we're going to continue to see going forward, which is going to be awesome to see. And I'm in love with the Wyatt 6. I just can't wait to see them have their first match, hopefully at SummerSlam. But once again, appreciate the comment. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure down below, hit that like button, comment on the video. You might be featured in the next comment of the day, just like our buddy Lord British was here today. And subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we're on the road for 3,000 by the end of the summer, so we appreciate it if you get us one more sub closer by hitting that subscribe button at the bottom of your screen. And if you want to check out a video I did yesterday, it'll be popping up on your screen right now. But as always, I've been your host, KC. We'll catch you in the next one.